it going, everybody? So today we have some interesting things on the table here, so stay tuned for that. So I'll be explaining that here in a minute, but first off I want to let you guys know kind of what's been going on and kind of our plans this year for the channel. I know I took a year and a half off roughly. My last video was Wheat Harvest 2020, so stuff has got really busy and I kind of put YouTube on the back burner and I was losing my interest in doing it. Both 2020 and 2021 harvests, I actually tried getting back into it and videoing and editing, but I kind of just time-wise didn't have it. I didn't have time and I kind of just stopped videoing because we were just go and just, I don't know, it was something I wasn't really interested in doing at the time. But I went back and started watching some of my old videos and I have grown to miss it a little bit. So my brother and I got to talking, and you guys have, he's been in the background a lot of stuff, driving tractors and you know, all that. So you know, I figured on bringing him into the channel. He's actually excited to do so. So we're gonna take and kind of do a lot of more of this stuff together. So one of my biggest plans for this year is to start something like this, a little podcast. Probably do it, you know, as much as I can, probably 2-3 times a month, maybe more, maybe less, who knows. But I'd really like to do that where we sit down and BS, me and him. You know, we'll be doing a lot of what this stuff pertains to. These videos will be coming out here very soon once we get fully started into this build. So might as well just get into that and let you guys know what's going on here. So yes, I did say build. We are building a brand new planter this year. So let's get into what we bought for a planter. So it is a conglomerate of different things. We are building this thing. We are still waiting for the frame yet. They're talking next week, Wednesday. So that frame is what we've been waiting on. We bought a white frame, a AGCO white frame. It's their new VE series. We did not go with box fill. It is a box fill planter. Reason we did that is to keep the weight spread out over the unit or over the whole planter. Since we have compactable ground here, and we didn't really feel like the bulk fill would be a huge necessary now. Eventually down the line we are wanting to get another planter for beans, and at that point if we do a drill or you know, an inner plant or something that might have bulk fill on it. The beans, it would be nice to have the bulk fill, but our corn, we do so many different varieties that we'd be constantly, it would just be, it's a lot easier with boxes when you're putting bags into stuff because the bulk of our corn is all bags. So the bulk of our beans are in pro boxes. We do have a pallet of bags. We usually buy a little bit more just in case. We like to make sure we have enough of that, you know, so we can finish up in a timely manner. Ended up for the units, for the row units, the frames of the row units are John Deere. They're John Deere unit frames. And all the arms and all the brackets, the faceplate that mounts onto the bar, and then the goalpost or the part that mounts onto the unit itself, and then the arms. Those are, I can't exactly remember what company they were, so I'm not going to start spitting out any names here, but those are all a different company. So I don't know if the goalposts are John Deere or if they are that other company. We got so many different parts in there that, you know, from all kinds of different companies, it's hard to keep track of it all. So all the rest of the components are all precision. So we got Reveal, their new opening, or their new row cleaners. It has the tooth blades, and then it has a wheel that actually follows the the ground so that they're not bouncing like the others are. So these are mounted to the frame. They're not mounted to the row unit anymore compared to what our other planter was. This is going to be something we look extremely forward to, because we were watching that compared to a lot of other row cleaners, and it just glides through. It's not bouncing with the row unit, and it's very interesting to see, and I'm looking really forward to seeing how it performs. So we did the reveal. As you can see, we did furrow force. That was kind of a must. This is probably one of the things I look most forward to watching or seeing how it performs. Because obviously there's two discs that go here, and it lifts up the whole seed trench, plops it back down, and rolls it over with this. So you basically eliminated the sidewall. There's no more sidewall. And that's going to be huge, because just to promote root growth and get that plant off to a really good start, and get everything emerged as quickly as possible. With these, you're supposed to get a way higher rate than traditional closing wheels. So we had the Copperhead furrow cruisers that we had on our planter for 3 years, I think now. And those were a lot better than the traditional closing wheels. I will never go back to those. We'll never go back to a twin disc closing unit. So this is pretty much where we're gonna stay. We've seen it work. I've seen a lot of videos. We've seen a lot of test results over it. Never really watched them in person, but like I said, I've seen a lot of videos, and I'm looking really forward to seeing how these work. We've been to quite a few of their conferences and just seeing a lot of this data. It's really cool to see. So really interesting stuff. I mean, one of those things when you're sitting there, you don't fall asleep. You're engaged on those, seeing all the test results that come from these and all the information, all the new stuff. It's awesome. So when we come to tracking emergence, we'll be using the Precision Planting Emergence Flagging Kit. It comes with a bunch of flags. So you come the first day that everything starts emerging, you go and put the flag on everyone that came out of the ground. Second day, you put the flag that says day 2 and day 3, and so on and so forth. How many days does it go up to? So you're looking at 4 days. So to give a little bit more insight here, you're supposed to represent 1/1000th of an acre. So you are going down a row for 17.5 feet on a 30-inch row base. So it's just a singular row. If there's variations in soil types or different varieties, you can go and do that 17.5 feet in other rows. We've got a lot of flags. We got 3 flag kits. So we'll be doing quite a bit of that on different soils this year. So that myself, I'm looking super forward to. So all the information we take down from this test, we will write it down, and we'll come back when we do pre-harvest yield checks. And it also gives us a chance to look at how quickly stuff emerges. I have a little bit more to learn about this yet, and I have a little bit more reading to do so I can use this test to its fullest potential. So for our downforce, we did do the Precision Planting Delta Force. Looking super forward to this. Our other one, a couple years ago, we put on, in 2020, we put on the Precision Planting Air System, or air bake system. So we liked how that worked compared, it's way better than springs are. So we're gonna be super forward to seeing how this performs compared to that. But this is also on a whole different magnitude of a planter than what we had before. So, but it's still going to be interesting to see, numbers wise, how it performs. So, we're going with Furrow for now. We weren't able to get our hands on the Conceal because we kind of made that decision that we wanted to do it just a little bit late, and we knew we weren't even going to try because we knew that we wouldn't be able to get it. We want to do it on both sides so we can have kind of a triple band deal. So we'll still put in Furrow we'll still put it in furrow, but we also want to run those 2 bands for our nitrogen on the sides. So we'll put whatever other fertility we're gonna put in, under the in furrow. That all comes to when we get to that point, but we won't do that until we can get, it. So I'm not too worried about that yet. So for the in-furrow, we are putting them through Keaton seed firmers, but these Keaton seed firmers are a lot different than what were on our other ones. So these ones are heavy duty. When we start going through them, I'll show them to you. They are more of a hardened one. There's actually metal on it, so it's not a simple Keaton firmer anymore. It's still Keaton, but it's different. So I have to do some reading into that. There's a lot of stuff that I'm still learning yet on this because this is all new to us. So monitor wise, we had to do a Gen 2. Couldn't get our hands on the Gen 3. So once the Gen 3 comes out, we'll be getting it. There's a lot of stuff that we can't do without it, which we want to do, like the active downforce on the furrow force and the reveal. And then there are some stuff with the fertilizer because we got flow sense for it as well. And that we can with this one, we had it so we can shut off 3 rows, and they are automatic because it's all electric. It's way better than our other planter where, you still did the full 12 rows, it did the 12 rows until you lifted the planter up because we had it on that one wheel driver, so you couldn't shut off half the planter or anything. It was just all 12 rows going straight to that pump. So, but now we can do every 3 rows, which we're happy with. We didn't do the singular rows for now because of the Gen 3. I believe that's because we didn't have the Gen 3 and this can't handle it. There's some other stuff that we can't do. I'm not positive what they all are yet. Like I said, I'm still learning some of this stuff. So, what else? So we got V-sets with V-drives. Kind of looking forward to that too, coming up onto, a wedge or whatever. You don't have to sit there and flick switches anymore or even worry about lifting the planter up right away. You just roll into your headland and lift up when you want and then, put it back down and go. All you really got to do is knock your hydraulic in and bump in your auto steers. So looking forward to that. So just to kind of elaborate on the fertilizer side, so we are doing a singular tank on it just to run the in-furrow. We're putting a 300 gallon tank on it. I don't exactly know what I think our fertilizer plan is going to be the same as last year. It's like a watered down 1034-0 at, I can't remember if it was 4 or 6 gallons to the acre. Or we'll be doing that through the Keaton farmers. So when we do the conceal, we're probably going to put another tank on. So we'll still have the 300 gallon tank for the in-furrow, but we're also going to put a 500 gallon tank or 2 separate tanks maybe on the wings to kind of spread the weight out, because that's why we did the boxes, was to keep this small or keep the weight spread out on it. So I would have loved to have bulk fill, but it just kind of with our ground and kind of where we're located, there's a lot of it is very prone to compaction. So the more spread out we are, the better. Which, we could still get away with a bulk fill, and still be good, but we want to make this as efficient as possible. That way, we're losing efficiency by not having a bulk fill, but also, like I said before, with all the different hybrids that we put down and all the bags we use, it would, walking it up to the tanks, that would just be, it'd take a lot more time, because we did not do speed tubes yet. Those will come. We were kind of worried about availability on them, so we didn't pull the trigger on them. because we were told they were in demand. So eventually down the line, we will do speed tubes, and not really for the speed. Yeah, 4.5, 5 miles an hour, we don't really want to be doing that. We'd like to go a little faster, but then again, too, just for the singulation part of it, and getting those seeds placed, exactly where they need to be. That's pretty much the overview of this system, or this new planter that we are doing. I'm looking super forward to it. We're all looking super forward to getting this thing together. We are still waiting for the frame yet. They're talking next Wednesday. So we're just waiting for it to get trucked. It's been together. We're just waiting for trucks. So we're looking super forward to this. So and we're gonna bring you guys along for the ride. So should be videos coming out soon here. I think next week. I think tomorrow morning we're gonna start going in there and working on, or opening up more boxes and seeing, what is what. There's a lot of parts up there. We're looking at it and really, this is gonna be a lot of work. We're still waiting on parts yet. The reveal system is not in yet. So there we have the brackets to mount the reveal, but we don't have the reveal arm, or the reveal units yet. I'm just gonna say units on that. So yeah, we're all looking forward to seeing how this turns out. We're looking forward to getting this thing built, getting it working out in the field. There's gonna be another thing too, is all the plumbing and running all the wires too, because this planter's an electronic beast, I should say, which most new planters are anyways, but there are a lot of electronics on it. Most everything is driven by electronics, or are controlled by electronics, where other planter was all mechanical, So yeah, it's gonna be awesome to see this thing come together and start performing. So anyways, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I just wanted to give you guys this update, let you know where we were, or what's been going on. Once we start getting into these podcasts, Jeremy and I will start talking about how these past couple years went, or since I haven't been videoing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep an eye out for more videos. Should be quite a few coming up now. So hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys.